Yo, what is up, guys? It's Air Just Cause here, and K Harg fan, back at it again here with a little on the high side racing league. And tonight, Thursday night, as always, Texas. It's going to be a fun one. Texas, for the last couple seasons, has been exciting. So we're going to go ahead and see what Texas brings after last race win, citing fuel mileage by the 6B13. He pulled out the win in Phoenix last time we raced, but Texas has been an exciting thriller for the last couple seasons. I cannot wait, as I am here with Kay, Harvick fan. And Harvick, tonight we're at Texas. It's kind of NASCAR going here this weekend.
It seems like everything's here this weekend, Alex. The summer showdown just finished up here probably about half an hour ago, maybe a little more than that. So of course, then yeah, NASCAR's here this weekend. It seems like everything's here. I don't know. I'll be completely honest though. Hopefully these guys prove me wrong. They have in the past. But this is not one of my favorite racetracks, as I have made evident before. It's a very one-lane racetrack. No matter what part of the track you're on, the one unique characteristic that I will give this place, and it often does make things interesting. It also creates a little bit of calamity. Is coming off of turn 4, and it's the infamous bump. Everybody hates this thing. It's very interesting, but basically the bottom, coming off turn 4 onto the front straightaway, about where the banking levels off onto the flat there for the tri-level, there's a really big bump on the bottom lane, and if you go over that the wrong way, it will send you spinning there, and you can't catch it. It's a very quick reaction thing. That's really the one unique characteristic that this track has. The other thing is, of course, they messed up this track, but is the banking, the flatter banking in turns 1 and 2, that makes for some interesting things. I expect though, Alex, you'll see the bumper get used here. That's probably really gonna be the main way to pass, depending on what the draft effect is on.
Well, we are green. We are on lap 2 as of right now, with the 24 of Highside Hobie in the lead tonight. And then you got the 14 of Noggin Jr. currently battling second place with the 8 of Hunter Boy as they go down the back straightaway here at Texas. Heading into 3 and 4, remember, about a couple of years ago, they reconfigured this racetrack to have 1 and 2 flatter here than any part of the racetrack, and 3 and 4 is way different. So since this new configuration, it's going to be a little bit interesting to see how cars go around here for the last couple of years. It hasn't been fun, we all admit, but you know, it's a configuration that we're going to have to deal with. All right.
Absolutely, and I'm still loading in. My stuff's being slow today. I'm a little bit lagged as I've been very busy all day, but as you see, these guys are doing a pretty good job, though, of staying side by side. Ooh, a little bit of contact back there.
Oh, crash! Crash! 12! Oh, the 12 is flipping.
Not a,
and that's going to bring out a caution.
not quite a Michael McDowell situation, but not what you want to be doing early in the going. I guess they say everything's bigger in Texas. Maybe that includes the crashes? I don't know. Caution is out. So Phoenix, which only had one incident the entire race, and it came later on, gonna be a little bit different here for Texas. Already very early on in the going, and a huge crash, and subsequently a flying car.
Oh, believe me, we all like flying cars. It's not the future yet, but we all like flying cars.
Maybe, but maybe not in that way. Well, that's... So. I'm also sorry, y'all, I missed the green. I didn't realize we were green. I didn't realize I could join the lobby. Oops.
Yeah, it's, Yeah, as we're all down pit road here, it looks like the majority of the field might come in. Who's going to be the first one to stay out? And it looks like no one. So everybody's coming in here.
One again. Yeah, that makes sense. Typically, on these presets, obviously you get to pick what you start off on. But as I've stressed in most of the preset races that I've called in the past, especially here with the wettest track drives, there's usually some things you know beforehand or coming into the race that you know you're going to want to change once you get the opportunity to pit. Whether it be some tire pressures, maybe take some wedge out of it, loosen it up, do something with the tape, try to maybe get some more downforce on the nose, get some more pull in the draft, whatever it may be. Of course, again, too, you get that bump off turn 4, that creates some interesting things. Usually, you know there's some things you want to do for adjustments before the drop of the green, and obviously the early caution gives everyone the chance to do that.
Well, the 4-car wins the race off pit road as they are doing choose cone here. Choose cone will be official past the no limits black wall I'm hearing on the back straightaway. So, as you can see, not a lot of people are taking that outside. It looks like the primary lane's going to be that inside line. As soon as I say that, everybody makes me look like a liar, and everybody in the back of the field just takes the outside. Try and gain track position. So, as will be going green here once we hit the restart zone. The 4 of Marcel on the inside, and then you got the 20 of Fat Paladin on the outside. Green flag back in the air here in Texas. Stage number 1. Heading into turn number 1. 4-car on the bottom. 24. Oh, he's going to slide up here, but he's going to catch it though. Stay in P2. P3 is going to go to the 20 of Fat Paladin off of turn number 2. Down the back straight away. 4-car out front. 24 looking to the inside. He's there to the inside. 24 is easily going to clear. New leader at Texas. The 24 of Highside Hobie as he's going to lead this lap as we got a battle for P2 right behind.
I tell you what, Alex, we watched Phoenix. If you tuned into Phoenix this week, you know what I'm about to talk about. But this 24 car, he's coming in here and he's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder because, and he even talked about it in his interview, he's been so close to wins. He wants to get one of these. And he said in his interview very boldly, I will get a win this season. Well, obviously it's early in the going, but he's hoping that will be tonight because, as you see, it looks like he's got a lot of speed, and it looked like, and I even thought for a while he had it locked up at Phoenix on strategy, but the 6 kind of came out of nowhere, surprised me a little bit, and actually was able to get the fuel and tires saved to the end there, and of course 24 of Hassad Hobie ends up coming up a disappointing, still solid second place, but he'd like to do one better here tonight. So he's got a little bit of a vengeance on the racetrack today.
Oh, chip on his shoulder. I thought he had that every week. Well, he's up front currently, but do not forget the 1.5-mile king. Just to my fist, he is the 1.5-mile king around here. He is fast almost everywhere we go. He's currently sitting there in the P5 position right there. He's the king of 1.5 miles in this league. He is very fast as the 8 car is going to mow the lawn a little bit. That's that bump off of turn 4 you were talking about, Harvick.
Yes, sir.
Than going to the grass. So currently 24 up front. P2 is going to go to the 2 of Camo. As the 6 is going to get to the outside of the 2 of Camo and might clear here. No, he won't. He's going to have to stay on that outside. 6 of B13, last race winner here at Phoenix, and we're here at Texas. See, he can go back to back, but right now, Harvick, it looks like we got a 4-car pull away after the 8 car decided he wanted to mow the grass at Texas Motor Speedway. Let's see what these top 4 can do here.
Well, and the thing now that would interest me is, do these guys, and we've seen a little bit of battling between them, do they now kind of get in the line, ride with one another, and do what they're doing now, which is pulling away from the rest of this field, and then later on kind of have it out amongst themselves for the stage? Or do they kind of, race each other now? If it was me, I would try to get away from the rest of this field. This is a little bit longer stage. This race is 250 miles. compared to the usual 200 you get for these mile and a halves. So it's a little bit longer race. Here, this place in Atlanta, if we go to Atlanta, are the two, besides the 600, are the two longest mile and a half races we have. Of course, the 600 is infamously long, but here at Texas, this place does take a little while, and that means the stages are a little bit longer as well. So they have some time.
Yeah, they have some time. It's currently everybody up front here. It's the 8 car. Once again, looked like he went to mow the grass. Looks like he's experiencing so much of the bump right now. Then we go through the field. We're going to be on board with 4th place runner, just to my fist. Currently in 4th
Possible
place.
pass for the lead.
24 slides up the racetrack. 2 to the bottom. Cam on the bottom. 24 on the top.
You got the momentum.
The 2. Oh, they get loose. Oh, the 88 hits the wall. And the 88's going to go to P3. It looks like the 2 got loose off the bump. Side by side. And then that just got him loose and almost collected the 88. So now, the 88 in P3. 24 keeps the lead. That was a close one on the front straightaway, but the 24 is going to hit the apron. 6 on the outside. Here we go, down the front straightaway. 6 is going to try and use that outside here. Maybe.
Headed into 1.
1 and 2. 24 is going to have the advantage, but the 6 car is going to try and pull on this outside. He's going to get the 24's draft here down the back straightaway anyway. Down the back straightaway. 24 is going to clear up. 6 car might be looking for a move in the next couple of laps. But right now, that 24 is going to stay in the lead as that 4-car battle is now turned into a 6 with the 22 and the 9 coming into play. The 22 of, drumroll, Skippy. Oh, God, it just made that sound like it was an episode of Barney. Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
Skippy.
Oh, here we go. Oh, he peeked out. Look
Whoa.
for it. Couldn't quite get there.
Yeah, couldn't quite get there as Skippy Peanut Butter over here in P3 is currently there. As Harvick, it looks like the 6-car battle might start getting interesting here as cars mowing the lawn.
Yeah, that seems to be a common theme today. I guess Eddie...
Oh, car round! 8-car round, a car down pit road. Let's see who that car is. 12 cars around. The 4 was the one having to go down pit road. 2 cars spin. The 11 is down pit road. Oh, the 12 is around on the back straight away. That's going to, I think, be a caution.
Have to wait and see. So far, no. What we're hearing is a no. We will keep you updated on that. It's what it looked like to me, Alex, to be honest, and it's unfortunate for all those guys, but it looked like just a bunch of separate incidents that coincidentally happened at the same time, but not really. I'm sure a couple of them were probably at least somewhat linked to one another, but none of them directly relating to each other. It seemed like guys trying to get down pit road caused some checking up, and then of course we've seen guys down in the grass and on the apron and stuff today. So I think all that combined just created a very odd situation there.
Yeah, very odd situations. We got side by side, 6 and 24 for the lead. Here we go, out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, the 6 car, can he get the run? 24 got a little loose. Down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Oh, 24 is going to slide up the track. That's going to open the door for the 22. 22 is going to get to the inside of 6. Off of turn number 4. 6 car goes a little bit wide. 22 to P2. And then 32 laps to go in stage number 1. See who's going to battle out for this lead here. All right.
These guys are going to build up a run on the 24. What's going to be key for him now is to be able to block that, maybe try to break the draft. Either way, he wants this bottom side into the corner. That's what he's going to get. Did a really good job there. A little bit of checkup, and they're side by side once again. Oh, clear actually. Oh! Big contact off of 4.
Well, Harvick, you said this track's a one-groove racetrack?
It usually is. Again, these guys have surprised me before because another race I look at was last season at Kansas. Kansas usually just kind of rim ride the wall. Occasionally you'll see a pass, but through drafting, somebody will be able to kind of slingshot into the corner and just hang on the quarter panel. and kind of stay side by side, but it's usually not a whole lot of racing around there. Here, though, sorry, last season at Kansas, these guys were using all 3 lanes. I haven't really ever seen anybody, any league do that on this game. So these guys have impressed me before, and they're doing it again.
Yeah. They might be creating another groove. It's called, they might be mowing it in the grass in a trial. So watch out. They look like they're cutting the trial just a little bit. You can see
How
the
about up
marks in the
front
grass.
again?
Yeah, it's the 24 and the 6. That's about for P2 right there. Between the 24 and the 6s. We are coming up on lap traffic. 43 looks like he's coming out of pit road. You got the 12 who wrecked on the front straightaway a couple laps ago. He's currently looking like he's going to be the first lap car here. But the 22 is Skippy. Currently, Skippy's peanut butter is looking very smooth up front.
And here these guys having to lift quite a bit now, especially in 3 and 4. Tires starting to wear out a little bit. Of course, the bump playing into this. As you start to lose the grip, though, especially off of 4, it gets really flat over there. Pretty high bank corner. I don't remember what exactly the banking is over there. I used to. Guys headed for pit road this time, so tire wear indeed starting to play into this 24 in.
6 is also in, so second and third coming into pit road here. Let's see how everybody goes here as they go in smoothly. Let's see what the cars around the racetrack are doing. And here's just My Fist. He's currently probably maybe gonna pit this time. No, he's not gonna signal. Oh, now he's gonna signal. Oh, a whole bunch of cars are coming in. 14's coming in. Oh, big checkup. 9, 14. The 18's gonna pass a couple cars going to pit entry here.
Clutch
Look at
move.
that. Past 2 cars on pit entry. Bad pit entry for the 9 and 14. 14 had a checkup for the 9. He saw that, and 88 was like, I'll just rim ride the top of the apron. Just goes around and passes them both. Let's see who else is on. Oh, 22 is also in, too. Oh, we're also hearing speeding penalty on the 6.
Wow. That's a big deal. He looked really
game.
fast, and also 24. I don't. Well, let's say it looked like he might have had a little bit of trouble merging on the track, but he looks like he was able to just get in behind those guys.
Yeah, as you can see, he's got to go to the outside of the 41, who I think is still out on the racetrack. 21 is the leader, or 41's the leader. 41's the leader. Let's go to the 41. That is the best, aka Man Like Milk. He's currently the leader. He hasn't came down pit road yet, but he should make his stop soon. As there he goes, he's going to go down pit road, and I think this should cycle to either the 22 or the 24 here.
Well, keep in mind the 22 stayed out on track later, a little bit longer than the 24, and I talk about the way that tire wear isn't absolutely terrible here, but you do get a pretty big handling difference. You saw guys have 3 and 4 later in that run there having to kind of let off a little bit more, trying to catch the cars. The back end of these cars like to move around coming off the corner, again, especially off of 4. Because how flat it gets, the banking really falls off, and you do get that bump over there. You come in a little bit before, you're going to get the handling advantage back, plus a little bit of fresher tires, still going to give you some more lap time. So you counter all that in. 24, I don't know if he'll regain the lead here, but he's definitely going to close in on the 22.
22 has taken the lead. I think he may have came out either a little bit in front of the 24 or a little bit behind the 24, but he's currently the leader though. So, we're getting a report they practically locked bumpers coming out, so the 2-car tandem is back, confirmed, in racing. But 23 laps remaining in stage number 1. I think they might need to pit one more time.
Let me see.
I mean, yes.
It's gonna be kind of borderline, I believe. I don't exactly know what the fuel window is.
Oh God, he
should be borderline.
Like Larry McReynolds. Oh my God, it's gonna be borderline, guys.
Well, I mean, it is gonna be borderline, y'all. You look right here at the track. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna stop doing that. But
Aw.
I don't think y'all want to hear me talk like that the entire race.
Oh, we need a whole broadcast where he sounds like Larry McReynolds. We need that. That would be perfect.
Somebody's gonna actually have to pay me for that one, cause hey, that takes a toll on my
Oh!
voice.
Oh, so 12 car doing the cha-cha slide as he's out of the race. DNF for the 12 of Jay Royster. He's going to be out of the race. DNF for him. That's going to be sad there for the 12. Back up front, though, where the lead is. 22 and the 24. So 24 is sliding a little bit wide out of corner exit. 22's got a big gap on that 24 here. 24, I think, is about in risk of maybe losing the draft if he doesn't get it together in a couple laps.
Well, I don't know if maybe he missed. I know sometimes this is a tactic some guys use. Again, that bump is. I can't express how much you don't want to hit that bump. That thing, you hit it, and a lot of times too, the way you hit it, unless you're not, if you're not paying attention, you usually will go across it while turning, trying to kind of finish the exit of the corner. And if you're turning going across that thing, you're gonna either lose it or end up in the wall or something. But sometimes what guys will do as well is kind of purposely go wide and actually go up and around that bump. It costs you a little bit of time, but it also prevents you from having some severe handling issues and a potential wreck. So might be what the 24 was doing. Might have also just genuinely lost the nose. Don't know which.
Yeah, is right now 22 up front, looking pretty good. I think isn't this his debut? I've never seen him before. Okay, we're kind of waiting. Said yes, so Skippy's peanut butter has been around the world, but Skippy here in this racing league is making his debut tonight, and right now he's looking pretty good in that number 22 AAA Insurance Ford Mustang. He's currently looking pretty good up there. He's probably sticking to the track like Skippy's peanut butter, but he's running pretty good.
Now
I'm talking too much. I'm wanting peanut butter.
There is a lap car right up in front of these guys as well. We'll see how much that comes into play here if he just kind of gets up out of the way. Actually, there's a few up here I see, I believe.
Yeah, that's the 20th Fat Paladin in front of that 22. And then there's another one up there about in 3 and 4. That would be the 8 of Hunter Boy. A lot of these guys I'm talking about were involved in like the wrecks that weren't called as cautions earlier in the race. The 8, the 12, the 20, and the 4 all wrecked there off of turn 4. And then the 20 wrecked on the back straightaway. So currently it's the 22 is slow. 24 to the lead.
What happened?
Lap traffic is.
Oh.
Oh.
So we talk about lap traffic playing a factor. Well, it might have played a little bit more of a factor than I think most of us would have expected or liked. Sounds like some contact was made. Don't know exactly how, but the 20 and the 22 ended up getting together, and that's why you saw the 22 so slow. And of course, the 24, who actually to me before that looked like he had been gaining at least a little bit on the 22, takes full advantage of that and now shoots himself back out front.
Oh yeah, that lap car. I know the 22's got to be livid on that one. Lap car is not getting out of the way. He's probably pulling a Martin Truex Jr. over the radio, playing about the lap cars. But this time, it's actually justified. It's this 22 currently battling with the 24s. He's going to battle him on the outside. 24's got the run back
trying
on the
that
inside.
side draft.
He's going to
look at the 22 trying to crossover. He peeked.
Oh, that 24 blocking. 24 is blocking.
I don't know if he's blocking or loose. It looked like blocking. He said he got loose. I don't know. Either way.
Oh, contact.
This is interesting.
Talk about a battle for the lead. We're hearing that there might have been an accident in the 24's car.
Yeah, well, it wasn't on the racetrack necessarily.
Let's hope it doesn't get on the racetrack.
Debris caution.
Debris caution. Somebody had an accident on the racetrack.
There's a leak. Someone's
12 to
leaking
go.
fluid.
Let's just say it's not from the car.
Oh, that's from the car, but it wasn't created
No,
by the
no, no.
car.
Yeah. 22's coming down. Yes, 22's actually pitting earlier than the 24 here with 12 to go.
Interesting. We saw him stay out later than the 24 on the previous round. Now he tries to reverse that a little bit. Kind of getting ahead of the 24. I actually like this call by the 22. He definitely has speed, so does the 24. But I'm also noticing, at least sort in a way, the 24 seems better on the long run in one way, but he also seems like he has more handling issues on the long run. So I think that's kind of counteracting. I do expect the 24 and probably this lap for the next, though, so he doesn't lose too much time to the 22. And indeed, here he is now.
Yes, he's in pit road. The 24 is coming down to probably try and counteract that 22. So they basically swapped from the last pit stop. 24 came in, and then a lap later, the 22 came in. So this is actually a flip-flop here. So this is going to be interesting here for pit exit, as right now, rest of the field's going around. DNF number 12 right there is cars are coming down. I'm guessing the 41 is probably the leader. No, the 9. The 9's coming down, or the 2, or Casper the Friendly Ghost, because I wish I had a ticker. That would be the best thing in the world here. Harvick.
Never know. Could be one of those security guards that we had so much fun counting in the stands last time we were here.
Oh, I counted. I gotta go back to watch the video. Probably middle of stage 2 to answer that question. I got the total number.
Either way, though, you look now at 24 out of road, 22 obviously been out of pit road. Now it's going to be interesting to see, A, where these two cycled compared to one another, and B, does anybody leapfrog and take the lead from these guys before the end of the stage? And can they hold on? Ooh, I can't say I'm surprised. It's like the 88 out front now, just at my fist again. Somebody who's always been really strong in these mile-and-a-half racetracks. I believe he won here at this place when we were here during the playoffs last season. So definitely looking to try to do that again. But he's been a little quiet tonight. Obviously, he was up probably about second place, racing for the lead earlier, and got in a little bit of trouble, ended up in the wall. But after that, he's been a little bit quiet. Now, though, he has shown up.
Yeah, is any updates on the leader? Who the leader is? Oh, 88, and he's... Okay, so that means the 41 would be the leader as soon as he cycles back around. But currently, some pit strategy going on. 41's been the longest to stay out here, so I'm not very surprised that he's the one that's kind of been making it around. But 88's in. There's the 4 and the 8. So we got 6 to go. I don't know if he's gonna make it. I doubt he will, unless he pulled a 6 car and surprisingly, shockingly saved enough.
Well, do keep this in mind, Alex. Remember, if you look back at the first run, he also stayed out probably 3 or 4 laps longer than some of these other guys, at least. He stayed out a good bit longer, so obviously he was able to sit in. That's also going to extend it into this run for him, and obviously he would probably be able to do that same fuel saving again. We'll see how far exactly that will go. It's going to be a little bit touch and go here for him. Definitely very close, but not impossible. Also, too, because I would assume if the 41 has got on pit road, I'm trying to see the situation between the 24 and the 22 and as to where they cycled out from one another as well. Okay, so something happened to the 22, Alex. I'm looking at this now, and actually, so the 24 of Hassad Hobie, he's in second right now, and I don't see the 22 anywhere in the frame. I don't see basically no one behind the 24. I don't know what happened to the 22. Maybe speeding penalty is what we're hearing, which is unfortunate. He'll get the caution here at the end of the stage, but tough break for the 22.
Yeah, We're coming down laps. 41 is still the leader, right? Still the leader. How many to go? Oh, we're gonna have 3 to go. Oh, Harvick, I think the 40, can he make it? If he doesn't pit this time, he's gonna get that pit road penalty that's usually given out. But can the 41 make it? Win stage number 1 here. Harvick, I don't think we expected the 41 to win the stage, but it's shocking how he may have saved enough fuel.
Definitely quiet, but that sometimes how you win races, you kind of, even when to be honest, if he's been saving this entire time, we really don't know the speed that he has in that car. He hasn't been pushing it as hard as he could be. But definitely, even if, presumably, if he doesn't have the speed, that's how you win things. You have to outsmart your competition. There's 3 things to go into racing: speed, smarts, and luck. Usually there's 2 things you can control, and one of those you can't. So, obviously, you can figure out which one of those you can't control, but either way, 41, try and pull this home. I think he'll be able to do it. We'll have to see, though, if he runs out coming to the line.
So I think we hit 2 to go here. Or 1 to go. Let's see what the 41 can do down the back straightaway here. Oh, he's very slow.
That would tell me he's out.
Through 3 and 4, he is still very slow. Do not see him
Here
up
comes
on
the
the
24.
gas, but he's gonna come and win the stage. So stage 1 winner goes to the 41 of the best, as he's gonna win stage number 1 here at Texas.
On fumes. I tell you what, man, if the line was maybe another, I'd say 100 yards further, 24 was going to get that. He was coming fast. So, 41, great job of saving. It looked worrisome. It looked bad there for a minute based on where he ran out, but he was able to get it to the line, had a large enough lead, and was able to hold on and pick up those stage points.
Yep. As while we are under the stage break, remember the last time we were at Texas?
I do.
And we noticed how many security guards there were? Well, your boy made a whole entire video about how many security guards are at Texas. I had a video where I counted every single one of them. I can officially say there's 140 security men here at Texas.
That's a lot.
Texas is secure and locked as we are going green. Stage number 2 is underway. 24 tucks back into the line. 41 out front. 49 laps here in stage number 2. Through 1 and 2, 41's going to slap the track a little bit. 24's got the run. He's got help from the 14 and Noggin Jr. Down the back, straight away they go. Through 3 and 4. Here we go. 24 gets to the inside of the 41.
Gonna make this one easy.
24 to the lead here in Texas as he's going to lead the first lap of stage number 2. Harvick.
24 again looks very fast, but the one thing that's kind of keeping him on his toes is he kind of distanced himself maybe by half a car length at the most. I don't know what the draft's on, but I can tell you it's working really well because these guys are still all over him, and we've seen many times just when you think you've got the position, somebody comes up with a run, somebody comes over with a crossover, gets that side draft, so many things. It's, again, you have to be, even if you're the leader, you have to be on your toes at least until pit stops come around. Then you can kind of breathe a little bit. But as you see right now, it's a whole hornet's nest behind him, Alex.
Yeah, it's the whole hornet's nest, but look who's in P2. The mile-and-a-half king himself, just of my fist, currently stalking the leader here. He is very good here at Texas. I've seen him win many of times throughout the seasons. And I think I've been commentating for now 3.5 seasons. So he's currently up there battling pretty good. as the 22's actually kind of follow him. So the 22 trying to rebound after that speeding penalty he had, as they go into 3 and 4 here.
88 looking low. Can't get there yet.
But he doesn't even have a chance right now, as he's kind of looking up and down. But right now the door is just not there yet. 22 is going to look high on him. That's going to make the 6 go. The 6 is going to go to the bottom here and probably past the 22 for P3. As right now, we also got some other cars trying to stick with the pack. The 41 of the Best and the 14 of Noggin Jr. here.
Indeed, no, and I'm watching really everywhere because, again, it's the interesting thing about this racetrack. You see everybody so close together. You even see, and the reason I said the 88 was looking low was he had his nose poked out like he was going to make a move, but he didn't have quite enough of a run, quite enough momentum, or space, quite frankly, to get underneath. If, however, we get to a situation, this is where I talk about turns 1 and 2, because you see it happen a lot more down there. We've seen it happen in 3 and 4, though, as well. If you miss the bottom of the corner, even by just a few feet, that will open the door wide open, and that would be with the 88 or anybody in this line that's trying to gain positions, which is obviously the ultimate goal. That's how they're going to do it. You got to wait, kind of pressure the guy in front of you into a mistake, or maybe see if you can get some momentum somewhere and try to stick your nose in. It's a very aggressive. You have to pass very aggressively here. It's not a place where you can just kind of ride around, be smooth, be easy. You do have to kind of take some chances at this place in order to get position.
Yeah, as you can see, that 24 up front in P1. P2 is the 88, just to my fist. P3 is going to go to the 6 of B13. P4 is currently side-by-side battle between the 41 of the Best and the 22 of Skippy. And then P6 is going to go to that 14, who is now side-by-side with the 41, and will take P5 here in the early going of stage number 2, as the 14 is going to look to the inside of the 22. 88 kind of slips up and turns 3 and 4, but still keeps P2. So he's got a gap between him and the 24. It's probably going to try and get a run here, so maybe look for a pass. 6 is looking to the outside of the 88 through turns 1 and 2. Ever since they reconfigured this racetrack in turns 1 and 2 here about a couple of years ago, it's changed the racing here at Texas a lot. You know, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 were basically the same banking, but 3 and 4 has been the only one not changed. The 14 hit the bump. But Harvick, explain to us, how has racing changed here with a flatter turns 1 and 2?
Well, and there's some flaws of the game that kind of factor into this as well. But if in general, you take 1 and 2, they took some banking out of it. It's not as steep of banking anymore. Now it's a little bit flatter, which means, when you look at the entry, let's start with the entry to the corner. It's a wider entry as far as you have a little bit more room, a little bit more track space, if you will, to go into that corner. But it's also a more shallow entry, meaning you have to be a little bit more careful about the way you enter the corner. Keep in mind as well that the front straightaway is quite a bit longer than the back because of the dogleg shape that it has to it, the tri-oval shape. You carry a lot more speed into that corner than you would into turn 3. You have to be mindful of that, knowing that you're going into a flatter corner, one with less banking, one with less support for the car, less rollover in the suspension. You can't carry as much speed into the corner, because if you try to carry the same amount of speed you would in 1 and 2 as you would into 3 and 4, compared to what the old banking was, you'll end up losing the nose and sliding up the racetrack. You have to kind of be careful, let off a little bit, make sure you get the car down at least mostly to the white line, if not as close as you can. If you obviously you want to be on that white line defending, because if you miss the bottom here, especially 1 and 2, you will get passed with the way the draft is. 3 and 4, though, on the other hand, you have to still let out, make sure you get on the bottom here through 3 and 4, but not to the severity as it would be for 1 and 2. You can get a little more room for error. You can carry a little bit more speed in there because the banking is a steeper grade. You have a little bit more to lean on for speed.
Yeah, it's track configuration is key here at Texas, and seems like they've changed 1 and 2 to be a little bit more flatter. But here we go, as the 22 to the outside of the 24. Can he clear entering 1 and 2 here? Let's see, can the 22, oh, 24 is going to drive it in deep, slide up the racetrack a little bit. 22 is trying to get the run on the outside. 6 car looking to see who he wants to help. It's like eeny, meeny, miny, mo, who should I help? Well, not this car. Well, he's going to go to the inside lane to follow the 24. 22 on the outside. Oh, 24 slips up. 6 car has the door open. Oh, didn't take the door though. It's the 22 still on the outside here. Still side by side. Old 24 slides up the racetrack.
Did they take it 3? Oh boy.
Oh no, 22 got shoved out of the groove a little bit more. That's going to make the 24 clear the 22 and the 6 take P2. Back over again. It's the 24 goes high. 6 car to the inside. New leader here at Texas.
Oh, big moment for the 24.
41's going to split the blah. He did that.
And after that mistake in 3 and 4, the 24 went for a full-on free fall through the field. He missed the bottom. I talked about it. Even in 3 and 4, while you have a little bit more assurance with the banking, you can't miss the bottom. It's still the preferred groove. He slid up off the bottom like we saw, and it just opened the door wide open. One after another, cars going by. Not only that, to top it all off, coming out of turn 4, he got really loose to save the car. That lost him a lot of momentum that he would have been able to carry from running higher line through 3 and 4, something you don't really get in 1 and 2 the advantage of. He lost that momentum, though, and lost even more spots. He's going to have to recover quite a bit now. But speaking of guys who have recovered well, how about the 22 and the 6 car? Both guys who suffered speeding penalties during the first stage. The 6 obviously came on the first round of pit stops, had a little more time, but the 22 came late in the going, last round of pit stops. Looked like he was going to be able to win that stage, and obviously fell well back of that. Both those guys have recovered very well now. And we hit coming to 31 to go this time by. These guys, it's been an interesting race. They've again surprised me. This place isn't usually my favorite, but this has been fun so far.
Yeah, is the while you were going over what's happening, the 22 came down pit road after his incident between him and the 24. When they came off of turn number 4, it looks like either the 22 got tight or the 24 got loose. 24 or the 22 went through the grass, and the 41 just split the needle and just somehow made it through and got P2 and then now falling back. But 14's coming in here. 22's exited out of pit road, but the 14 is coming in for his pit stop as well. So pit stops are starting here at Texas. But up front is still last race winner, B13 in the 6. He's up front, and he's currently your leader here at Texas.
Need the 6, of course, won on Tuesday night at Phoenix. Trying to set this thing up back is pit road, Alex. Very busy.
Yeah, very busy. Busier than an ant. Oh, God, the 9 and the 41. 9 car pushed the 41 into the outside wall.
That probably won't go over well later.
Oh, that's not going to go well. I don't know why. Looks like cars exiting. The 4 car is in. The 20 is in. The 24 is in. The 88's in. The 43 is in. And you can see there is the 24 just ran over a pit crew member of the 88s trying to enter pit road. We are so lucky they're invisible, so they don't go. So they go through the pit crew members. Thank God, the safety of the pit crew members are most important and sacred to all of us. As the 88 is going to win the race off pit road against the 24, so the 88 is going to get in front of the 24 here. But let's see the exit here. It's going to be the battle between them, the 22. We're going to look on pit road once again here. The 6 car is in. The 41 is in this time as well. The 43 is exiting. As you can see, that number 12 that is currently DNF'd on the pit road. Right there. As the 6 car is heading out. Let's see, this might be a battle between him, the 22, the 88, and the 24 as they come out of pit road. See what happens.
And now the thing that I want to keep an eye on, again, keep in mind the 22 and the 24, they got in their incident. Really stepped things up off turn 4, about a lap, 2 laps before they pitted. That allowed the 6 again to get through and kind of break away. It helped the 14 and some other guys as well. Will they gain on the 6 here? Again, they pitted before the 6, quite a bit before the 6. How much will they gain off for this? Can these guys get packed up enough and instead of trying to pass each other, work together to try to catch up? All these things now, all these questions have to be asked. And again, the other thing, we saw it done in stage 1. This stage, we had a caution in stage 1 as well, though, fairly early, which, by the way, we haven't had a caution since, other than the stage caution, knock on wood. I probably just jinxed us, we'll see. But you look at that now, is it possible to do this on just the one stop again? My guess would be probably not. I expect everybody to be on pit road again. But I expected that in stage 1 until later in the going, and the 41 kind of surprised me, so I guess you never know.
Well, the 6 car is just taking back the lead from the 22, as the 6 is in the lead. 22 did really a good job gapping the rest of the field. It's just them older tires just couldn't hold up as well than the newer tires, as 22 and P2. P3 is the 88 of my fist. He is currently in P3. P4 is going to go to the 14 of Noggin Jr. P5 to the 24 of Highside Hobie. P6 going to the 2 of Camo. And then after that, it's kind of a lucky guess to see who's 7th. I wish we had a ticker.
Don't we all?
Don't we all? That would be nice. But, we're hearing 7th is the 4 of Marcel in the 4. Then I'm guessing 8th place is the 11 RTSB Killer. This is just hypothetically. Behind him is the,
Alex trying to find cars.
9. The 9 of Salt Packet Papa in P9. And P10 goes to Casper the Friendly Ghost, who he is currently having a good run in his 2,000 millionth start ever.
Alright,
But,
let's back up front. Good lord.
Yeah, let's go back up front. I was trying to figure out positions here. As the 22's lost a couple spots to the 88 and 14. So 88's going to go to P2. P3's going to go to the 14 of Noggin Jr. As the 6 car has pulled a gap. Remember, he's got at least some fresher tires than the 88 and the 14. So as long as the 88 and the 14 does not battle, I think they have a chance to catch this 6 here, don't you think?
I would say so, but at the same time, again, you have to factor in the fact that the 6 does have better tires than these guys. He pitted later. That was kind of the worst case scenario for the rest of these guys, because he was able to come in, get better tires, and although, again, tires aren't as big here as they are at some other places, they do still wear a good bit, and it does still matter. So he was able to come in, get newer tires than these guys. They already had probably 2 or 3 laps on their good years by that point, and obviously it's kind of, he was still able to hold on out front, and yeah, as you see, he continues to have a gap over these guys, something he seems to be very used to.
Yeah, there's a big gap here for the 6. Those newer tires are helping. But right up here, you got a 4-car battle for P2, though, between the 88, the 22, the 14, and the 24. As the 24 is going to go to the inside of the 24. As 22 is going to get P4 here. And then you got the 14 and 88 here. They're swapping lines. As 88 hits
close
the
call.
bump, he's going to move. He's going to mow the grass.
24th
And the 88's going to drop back to about P6. So
tough break for that 88, man. That's
no, P5.
second time he's kind of gotten in trouble like that, also on the front stretch. So just seems to continue to get bit by this a little bit, just through racing. And again, it's not really anything anybody's doing wrong. It's just hard racing. You race so close to one another with the draft the way it is. You know, stuff like that happens. Unfortunately, he's kind of been the guy that seems to get caught up by it the most. so far today.
Oh, as an interesting development, the 6 is down pit road. The 6 is taking the short stop here, or the short
That's a
short
massive
pit
short
here.
pit.
Yeah, massive short pit with a big lead. Wow, that's shocking.
Now, this could go one of two ways for the 6. Either way, he won't have to take as much fuel. He's also going to get better tires than these guys. Keep in mind, he already had better tires. So actually, he's only going to lengthen that advantage. The question is, though, that's pretty early. These guys can probably go, I would say, another 10. Well, I see another car on pit road now, but yeah, I would say probably almost 10 laps, about 7 to 8 laps or so. These guys can still go on fuel for the most part, at least the guys in the top 5. So when you look at that, those guys are then going to be able to come back down pit road and get themselves 4 new tires. That's going to be about 8 to 9 lap fresher tires in the 6. I don't know how this is going to work out for him, to be honest. This is a very interesting play. He did have the lead, the pretty sizable lead he could work with, but this is going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. I haven't really seen anything like this done in quite a while.
Yeah, that was interesting, especially that the other cars, is we got 16 to go, so that means he pitted with about 18 to go. Around 18, 19 to go, maybe even 17. So it's going to be very interesting to see what he does here. I think he's thinking if he gets a big enough gap that they will not catch him, which is what he's thinking. But it's going to have to depend on these laps by not just the 14, but the 24 and the 88 here. As also the 22 went down pit road about a couple laps ago, so he's been in pit road and done his stuff. So right now, it's a big battle here between the 14 and 24. Right now, I wouldn't even be battling. I would just be trying to help each other.
Well,
That's just me.
We're hearing from the radio the 24 discussion. It sounds like of a potential pit stop here soon. Heard he's got about 5 laps of fuel left in that tank, so I expect him in probably the next, I would say 3 laps. I don't know that I would run the fuel all the way out in this situation, but we'll have to see what they decide to do, especially knowing what the tire advantage is on the 6, and now the 22 is also, obviously, like you said, kind of jumped off on that strategy as well and taking some new rubber. So you put all that into play. These are the guys that they're racing. They have to keep paying attention to that. I wouldn't wait all the way to the end of the fuel run to come in.
Yes, the 24 has just made the pass for the lead on the 14. Oh, 2 cars blown an engine. Ooh. That's going to be RIP to the 2. 2 cars blown an engine. That's going to DNF him out of the race. So sad for the 2 car. He made his debut last week. It was running so well. And then he's going to have the DNF here today at Texas. But the 24 up front in the lead. 14 probably has to come in the next couple laps. Same as the 24. So it should be interesting to see what happens here. Especially with when the 6 comes out compared to the 24 or the 14. Is there they go. They're coming down. Coming down this time. 24 and 14. It's going to have to depend on their pit entries.
Have to get good pit entry. Don't make any mistakes. Obviously, you kind of have to hope the game gives you a good stop, and then you have to execute this perfectly now. You're in kind of a tough spot because, yeah, you're going to have better tires, but you have a lot less time to gain with those better tires. You're going to see how this plays out. I'm going to keep watching the 24 and the 14, see when these guys come out. Alex, head over to the 6 and see where those guys are at right now.
6 is they're coming down pit road. The 6 is out of turn number 2. Oh, they're taking
2 tires.
Oh,
this
2
is
tires for them. But here we go. 6 car through 3 and 4.
Oh, I think it's gonna bite him. I don't know if he's trying to unlap himself still or not.
Oh, they're out. Passed them when they're exiting. Yeah, and 6 is already by.
But was he lapped down? Or had he already unlapped himself?
Oh no. Oh, 24 is out. But the 6 is easily going to get by him, though.
Interesting here. Well, is this for position? Okay. So the 6 is on the lead lap. And this is for the lead. The 6 out front now. 24 in second again. On 2 tires. He has better right sides than the 6. But the funny thing is, he has a lot older left sides than the 6. These are the left sides that have now been on for a full previous run and now will last to the end of the stage. So really putting the wear and tear on the left side tires. That could also mess up the balance of that car a little bit. We'll have to see how much that plays into effect for him here. And if there's a place where you don't want to be messing around with balance too much, it's here, especially through 1 and 2, because you got to get that car to get down to the bottom of the racetrack. If you don't get past, he doesn't have too much of a threat from behind him, but if he wants to be able to get to the 6, he's gonna have to get that thing down to the bottom, and older left side tires are gonna make that a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, as you can see right there, the 6 car's already pulled away from the 24. 6 car in the 24 currently, it's not even close. 7 to go here in stage number 2. Stage number 2 is coming down to a close. It's a 6 car up front, 24 in P2. Once again, 24 is going to probably lose this on strategy play. Once again, 41 won stage number 1 off a fuel save, and it looks like the 24 here might lose it to tire strategy. That 6 car, I'm going to have to say he's going to might come out with the W, because look, if the 24 did take 4 tires, let's see where the other guys are. Let's see, 22, there he is. He's exiting turn number 2, and the 24 is entering. So he's got about a straightaway lead. So if the 24 did take 4, he would have a straightaway gap between him and the 6. But good luckily he took 2. He's going to basically have second place locked up unless he hits the bump. But I think the 6, I think he has the stage here, Harvick.
I agree. Unless the 6 makes a mistake or something of that nature, I don't really see any lap traffic either for the 6 from what I can tell from the camera that I have. It looks like he's got pretty clear sailing. The one concern, and actually let me double check it before I say this. Well, no, okay, he looks okay. I was going to say, there is a small chance that the 24 actually could lose second place as well, but he's got, it looks like, enough of a gap over that next car to where he should be able to hold on to this, again, as long as he doesn't make a mistake.
Yeah, as they go down the back straightaway here, it's going to be a big gap between the 6 and the 24. Can we get a lap count when you hit the line? 3 to go when we hit the line here. There we go. 3 laps to go in stage number 2. The 6 car, B13. He won Phoenix.
Oh, hold on a second.
What?
24 does lose second position.
Oh, he lost second. That's the 14 and Noggin Jr. But does he have enough time, though? They're going through 3 and 4, coming to 2 to go in the stage.
I don't think he's going to have enough time because I don't know with the 24's older tires if he's going to be able to stay glued to the 14's bumper like he would need to. And even still, 2 laps to close down that big of a gap, that's a pretty tall task to ask out of these guys. They're going to try it, though. We'll see if they can do it. I'm thinking, actually, that maybe the 24 probably could have raced him a little bit harder and knew that it was probably a better chance for them to catch the 6 if they did this. But either way, I was very surprised at first to see that, and I was about to bring it up when they were going through 3 and 4, coming to 2 to go, and then I had realized how much the 14 had actually closed down that gap, and I had forgotten about the fact that once he got into the draft, that would only close even faster. So, really good job by the 14 to be able to pick up at least second place.
Well, it is the final lap of the stage number 2 as down the back straightaway here through 3 and 4. 6 car played good strategy, and he's going to come out of turn number 4. 6 B13 stage 2 winner here at Texas.
14 second, 24 third, and these guys have a huge gap over the next car, and the 24 finishing that out in style. And now we
Good
set up for the
stage
long one.
end. Good stage end here for that 6. Gonna get another stage win in the books. Is the 41 is on pit road, so I don't know if he's DNF'd or he came in during the end of the stage. But yeah.
Oh boy.
63 left. Oh, so about 60, 59. So, well, yeah, it's probably going to take 3 or 4 laps off. So it's either 60, 59, or 58. That's when we might be going.
I'm gonna say 60. We'll see.
60 on the number.
Yes, sir. Tell you what, man, now we get to set up, we get to realign these guys. We've seen them back today. It's been a little while, though, after the first round of pit stops there in stage 2. These guys spread out. Now we get to see it all packed up once again, and we don't know how this is going so far today, Alex.
Yes, here we go. Coming to the green. Here we go. 6 on the inside, 14 on the outside. Here we go. Green flag, 60 laps to go. As we all wish there were +9 on that 60, then it would be pretty nice. But here we go, through 1 and 2, 6 on the bottom, 14 on the outside. Here we go, 24 down the back straightaway. He's looking to the inside of the 6. He's going to get to the rear bumper of the 6, through 3 and 4. Oh, the 24 just doored the 14 out of the groove.
Oof.
Through 3 and 4. 9 car on the inside of the 24 as the 6 is going to lead lap number 1 of stage number 3.
And it seems like the entry to 3 and 4 today has been the demise of the 24. Fell back a little bit earlier in stage 2 after missing the entry, and also had a big moment off 4 after that. And now you see him miss the entry a little bit there again. Got into the 24, or sorry, the 14 a little bit there, and then also opened the door again underneath of him, and he loses more spots.
Well, here we go. They're down the front straightaway. My controller almost fell. As
nice.
The 6 cars up front. The 9 Assault Packet Papa. How about that? He's currently up there. Say that 3 times fast. Assault Packet Papa. Oh! Oh, we got caution. Big crash.
24 involved.
Oh, the 24. Close your eyes. That's not what you want to see. You're going to get a caution at the line.
Pretty big wreck
at the line, and that's going to slow everyone down for the second caution for incident today. And everybody's probably going to have to go down pit road as pits will be open.
Now we'll see what this does for the pit strategy. I believe. Let's see. We probably ran 2 laps under green there. Maybe I think this will be the 3rd one here. This will put us with 57. We'll probably end up back green with 54 or 55 laps to go. We're about 5 laps. If that's the case, we're about 5 to 6 laps short of what the stage 2 length was. So that's kind of where we're at strategy-wise. It will probably still be a 2-stopper from here, but a little bit less games for strategy will be played. It's a lot smaller pit window.
Yeah, as they're coming down pit road here, looks like everybody's down, but do not be surprised to see some 2-tire stops here because, you know, they only have a couple laps on them left sides. Don't be surprised if there might be some 2 tires here. Cars are in.
I wonder what even caused that wreck. I'm wondering if somebody, I couldn't quite tell. I was actually watching the 24, but I was looking more in front of him at the cars, and then all of a sudden I saw somebody break loose. It looked like from the angle I had, maybe somebody hit the bump back there. I don't know. Either way, it shot somebody around, and of course, in that situation, not a whole lot of places to go other than the grass, and we saw the results.
Well, yeah, there's easy way to sum this up. NASCAR Heat 5 ping pong. As the 6 car won the race off pit road, so the 6 is going to be playing choose cone. Remember, you got to select your lane before the black no limit sign that's on the back straightaway. As it looks like everybody's selecting the bottom. See a lot of cars on the bottom. The 88 is Down low on the apron.
He wants the
I don't know. Was
extreme
he injured?
bottom.
Yeah, he went for. Yeah, he went for the extreme bottom. Here is we're going to be going green here with the 6, a B13 on the inside, and then the 9, a Salt Packet Papa on the outside. Green flag. Watch out for the 8. He might have a Kyle Busch restart here. Is he gonna take advantage? No, wasn't close enough.
He tried it, but sometimes you try and you just don't succeed.
When you try your best, but you don't succeed.
I knew that was going to happen. Well, as Alex now sings to himself, as we line everybody up now, you have to take into account you're going to have guys like the 24 who were caught up in that. They're trying to come from the back, and oh my lord, Alex, you're 3 wide back here.
I don't see 3 wide.
They single file. They got filed out, but they were 3 wide off of 4 for a minute there.
Well, boys.
Oh, contact. That's not good.
We got a battle. Got a battle for P3 here between the 14 and the 9. 9's going to lose the battle of 3rd place. The legendary battle of 3rd place here at Texas. Put that in the history books. History report. Need it. Write it tomorrow. Okay. The 6 and the 88 battling. It looks like they're battling, or either that or they're helping each other. 2 of the guys last season who are the 2 biggest threats of the championship last season. You have the 2-time champion, the only 2-time champion ever in high side. 88 a gist of your fist, or just of my fist, or just of whatever, get the gist, okay? And then the 6, a B13, who won the championship 2 seasons ago. So technically, if I'm thinking, the championship of the champions of the last 3 seasons are currently 1 and 2.
It's a lot of championships and a lot of thinking, and Alex, it's a good thing I like numbers sometimes, because otherwise you probably would have just broke my brain. No, I'm kidding. Either way, no. What that tells me, though, is there's a lot of talent up there, but there's also a lot of fast cars that are trying to come from back in the pack. I look at the 24, look at 22 and the 14, they're right around here somewhere. All these guys that have had speed and have been in contention with the 6 and with the 88, who, again, we've talked about him, but he's also in a way been quiet so far today. But he now finds himself solidly in the 2nd position, following the 6, trying to set up to make this pass for the lead if he can get it done. But he has been pretty quiet today, especially from what we saw last time out when we were at Texas. He pretty much dominated this race, if I remember correctly. He led a ton of laps. Points of it had a huge lead. That's not been the case today. I don't even know if he's actually led a lap. I know he's been very close to it. He's been in 2nd a few times. Whoa, big moment for the 24, and he's wrecking.
No, 20 is
around.
20 still going. 20 still going. He did not spin.
Unfortunate.
Well, the 24 is around. That's sadly going to end his day unless he gets a caution. So the car, probably the fastest car of the race, the guy that's been up in front, in first, the most amount of laps, is now going to probably lose the race and probably finish about maybe back of the lead lap. That's gotta suck.
Man, that's a tough break. Looked like from what I saw, he broke loose coming off of 2, tried to catch the car, went down actually under the apron trying to catch it, and just what it looked like to me, and I've had this happen to me so many times, thought he had it saved, was going to try to come back up on track and merge back into the field, and then when he turned it back up to get back up in the field, the car did that, that dreaded thing where he broke loose again and slid up into another car, and then of course that ping pong, that contact sent him back around, spinning, looping into the inside wall.
Yes, we currently have car around the 88.
Another? Oh boy.
And the 11 are around.
That's going to save the 24 and another one of your contenders in trouble.
I was about to say, I was for that 24. I was thinking big time rush vibes. But I think this caution's definitely going to save them as they are going to have pit road open this time. The third caution for incident today, as currently the 6 is heading down pit road with the rest of the field. Pits are open. We got that confirmed.
Well, these guys still trying to catch up to the field, man. That's how big this place is.
See people coming in. Don't see a car staying out.
Here's the guys that are spun out the 24, the 88, the 11 all now headed in. They're a little bit behind. But this is, I tell you what, man. First of all, again, the 88 gets caught up in trouble. It's the third time today. This one probably the most severe out of the three incidents. Seen a couple times in the wall up on the front stretch. Kind of got tagged a little bit and just got caught up in some hard racing. That time him and the 11 got into it and went around. He was in, I think, second still when that happened, maybe third. And of course the 24 who, like you said, Alex, has been up inside the top 2, top 3 for, I would say, probably 85% of this race. 80-85%. Definitely in the top 5 for that amount of time today. Fell back a little bit there. Missed. Also, I think what he put him back in that position to begin with was on the restart there at the start of the stage. He went into 3 and 4, slid up, missed the bottom, slid up a little bit, and lost a few spots, got trapped in the pack back there. And then, of course, after he was back in that traffic, got tagged in an incident and ended up going for a wild ride through the grass with a couple other guys. Caution came out. That put him deep in the field, and then again got caught up in another incident. This is kind of another chance of life for him, though. He's going to get another restart here and a chance to try to go get back those positions, but he's got some work to do, as well as the 88 and the 11.
Yeah, as they're lining up currently. Remember, choose cone is the black no limits Texas sign on the back straightaway, but you know when they go green at that go restart zone. Here we go. Green flag back in the air. 6 on the inside, 14 on the outside. The 6 gets a great jump off the start. To the bottom he goes. 14 and 22 side by side for P2 behind him. Oh, the 14 is actually going to clear the 22, so it's a side by side battle for P3. 22 is easily going to clear. 4 could follow through here. Down the back, straight away they go. 6 car breaking the draft here. 14 and P2, 22 and P3. Here we go through 3 and 4. Oh, 22 might be looking to the outside. No, he's just going to tuck back in line. Out of turn number 4, the 6 car. Out front and leading here at Texas. Hart.
Tell you what, man, these guys, again, these restarts have been wild. Of course, you see these guys up front still racing. It's kind of calmed down a little bit, but I don't expect it to stay like this for long. If these guys can get the runs that they need, you will see these guys make moves again. And as this race winds down, by the way, I do believe with the laps we ran there, I think we're probably somewhere sitting around probably 44 to go. If I had to guess, I know we haven't had a lap update in a little while. I didn't even think about it under the last caution there until just now, but I'd say probably around 44, 43 to go. Does that put us in a position like we saw all the way back in stage 1 where somebody could, like the 41, could potentially try to save fuel and make this on one more stop? I don't know. That'd be something we'll have to keep our eye on, but that's not out of the question now.
Yeah, but that's 6 up front. 22 is Skippy. A new nickname for him, Skippy Peanut Butter. You know, he's up there currently looking pretty good in that 22 in his debut. Very fast here today at Texas. Currently P2. And these two pulled away from the 4 of Marcel, Mr. Where he came from. Coincidence, he's in Kevin Harvick's car, which Kevin Harvick's Mr. Where did he come from? You should know a lot about Kevin Harvick.
Yeah,
Harvick.
I do.
You know, it's in the gamer tag. Like, read the line. Like, you know, it's pretty good. He's currently come out of nowhere looking at P4 position. And of course, you got the 88 just in that P3 position, running pretty good as well. As Harvick, we're coming down. We're probably under, what would you say, 50 to go?
I would
by
say
now?
we're probably around 40 to go. I would say that's a pretty good estimate. But yeah, we get around here, and again, when you talk about the other two stages when they go green, like stage two did, we saw it was a 49 lap stage. We saw pit stops kind of start to occur with about 32 laps to go. 32 to I'd say 26, 27 laps, kind of in that area. Obviously, we had a caution that shortened the stage up here, this run anyway, to the end if we were to go green. I would expect pit stops if my lap estimate is correct. Probably within about 20 over how many? 38 to go. So 38 to go right now. So yeah, we probably went green with I would say about 43 to go, 44 to go. Definitely quite a bit shorter. I would expect pit stops. You move that down about six laps. I'd say pit stops probably starting anywhere from I would say 29, 30 to go, all the way up into maybe close to 20 laps to go, Alex. So definitely is possible to try to save and make this on one more stop if you even have to save it.
Yeah, as currently right now the 6 and the 22 still pulling away from these guys. They were basically checked out. They're in another zip code. I don't know what the Texas zip code is. I got a friend who lives in Texas. I don't even know where his zip code is, but
I
they're in a
think I
different
know who you're
zip
talking
code.
about.
Oh, what you think I know?
I think I know who you're
Okay.
talking about.
Who?
Um, will Javier ring a bell?
Javier. You
Bacho!
you mean you mean hoodlum?
uh,
Wrong H, buddy.
hmm?
Wrong H, buddy.
Nah.
22 up front, or 22 behind the six who's up front. These two are currently battling, and then you got, and then we just did a free shout out to Hoodlum. I just didn't realize that. Well, shout out Hoodlum. He's got a diecast channel with like 120 subscribers, so go subscribe to him then. There you go. We accidentally just gave Hoodlum a shout out.
I was thinking of Despacito. He lives in Texas too.
Oh well, Despacito does live in Texas. I
Uh,
totally forgot.
that's what
No
I was
jokes
thinking of.
being made today. Okay.
No.
No, definitely no jokes made today. But 22 currently P2, 6 is currently leader. The 9 is Salt Packet Papa. Say that 3 times fast. It's currently P3. Hey, that makes sense. Salt Packet Papa, say it 3 times fast. He's in 3rd place. Bam, makes sense. So he's currently 3rd place. And then the 24, so we get an update. He's behind the 8, which is outside the top 5 right now. Not good for him. He's got to get at least through the pack if he wants to get in contention or close. So it should be pretty interesting.
Indeed, I've been kind of watching his progress, and he's made up ground pretty well, but he's kind of stalled out a little bit in this area. He's trying to. It's again, this is one of the hard places to pass back in traffic unless you can kind of get the door to open. Once you get single filed out, which you see he does go to make a pass now, but you kind of have to wait for guys to either or make a mistake and again get up off the bottom, or you have to get a big run and maybe get a little bit aggressive and move him up out of the groove a little bit and take that position for yourself. But it's harder to pass. You don't want to fall back into traffic here because it does take some time to get back up through to the field. But the other thing is as well, as he is stuck back in this traffic, just outside the top 5, top 6 or so, the back up front has been able to pull away. So he's also going to have to find a way to close that gap down relatively by himself, maybe with a little bit of draft help. But he's going to have to close that down to gain some more spots.
Yeah, we got Taker going down pit road, the 4 of
Ooh,
Marcel. He's
seems
coming
really.
in, so pit stops look like they're open here. So it should be pretty interesting. No, it's going to be interesting because it looks like maybe the pit window's open. Maybe the 4's coming in a little bit early, but you know what? It means the window's officially open. Drive-through window raised up and open. We're getting ready to like throw the chicken McNuggets out the window to the driver. So right now, it's going to be pretty interesting. So we want to know when the top three pits. That's all I want to care about. When is the first one of these top three going to pit here? And which one do you think is the first one to pit? Is the 88 mowing the grass once again?
Again, I'm wondering if maybe Eddie Gossage is paying some of these guys to maybe do some lawn care service for him, or what that might mean. Don't know. But either way, I guess Eddie Gossage getting the lawn mowed for him. We've seen quite a few cars do that today. Some through the process of spinning through the grass, while others just kind of hitting it through the dog leg there. Either way, the grass has had its fair share of cars in it today. That could be a good or a bad thing. I don't know how you want to look at that. But either way,
Well,
you look at your top three and you think, well, you have the six up here. He's been lightning fast, and he's kind of been one to try some experimental strategies. We saw him extend it out one time, get better tires, still held on to the lead, and then within that same run, ended up short pitting himself, as well as the rest of the field. It came in and got, while he's still on newer tires than the guys behind him, came in and got even better tires, and ended up coming out and still picked up the stage win. So he's been one to experiment a little bit. That tells me for myself, he's a little bit unpredictable. And then these other two behind him are going to kind of have to react to whatever he does or doesn't do. It's hard to predict because I can't really honestly say what I think the six is going to do because he's kind of surprised me today so far. So I don't really know.
yes. Oh, we got a battle here for P2 between the 9 and 22 here. That battle's going on. The 6, I think, is in pit road. Yeah, 6 car's coming out now. So the 6 car coming out of pit road. Gonna be interesting for him. 9 cars coming in this time. 24 is coming in this time. Pit stops are happening here at Texas.
The six car again going to try that short pit strategy. It worked for him earlier. Not quite as drastic this time around, but he's going to come in and get the tires, and again, will probably lengthen his gap over the guys he was racing. So we'll see how this turns out. And excuse me, do any of these guys behind him have a shot now?
Let's see, as they're coming down pit road here. Let's see if the 22... Oh, 22 Rex!
Oh,
22
boy.
Rex trying to go down pit road.
That is costly. Oh.
Oh,
22 at the worst possible time in the race. We saw him speed on this about this pit stop in stage one, the last pit stop of the first stage. He sped on pit road. He was able to overcome that. Took him a little while though, but I don't think you're going to recover from this one, pal, unless you get a really lucky caution. That's heartbreaking. Somebody in his debut who had so much speed, has shown so much speed, has been inside the top 5, top 3 all day long, now finds himself in trouble and what looks like to a driver error, something that you kind of go back and you'll probably kick yourself later. But those things happen, but it is unfortunate. Had so much speed, showed so much potential, looked like a potential winner today, and now finds himself in trouble entering the pits. And that's probably going to spell bad news and looks like the writing on the wall for his chances to win, and that would be over without caution.
You guys, we're going to take a little thing from chat. The 22, I nicknamed Skippy Peanut Butter. Jet Dryer said he hit that creamy peanut butter. No, not the creamy peanut butter, the chunky peanut butter. He hit the chunky peanut butter. Chunky peanut butter is good though, but he hit the chunky peanut butter on that one. As who's currently the leader? Did everything cycle through or what?
Hunter Boy.
Hunter Boy.
What's I think
Oh,
that's
is he pulling a homestead strategy?
Tell you what, he's somebody we haven't really talked about a whole lot today, unless he's been mowing the grass. He seems to be one of the more frequent lawn care service guys today. At least it was earlier in this race, but now he finds himself up front. He's been pretty quiet. He's been in a wreck or two earlier in the race, but has since kind of just had a quiet, calm day. Now finds himself trying to pull some strategy here. I'm very interested to see how this works. I would assume he hasn't I don't know if he's pitted yet. If not, then he will presumably have to pit before this thing's over, unless he gets lucky and catches a caution.
Yeah, as he's currently up front in front of the 6. The way he won Homestead, he had an orthodox pit strategy where somehow he was able to hit a run, make a whole run on 2 tires, which was pretty interesting. As right now he might be doing that same strategy here today at Texas. He beat out Gist by doing that same strategy. Right now he's got to beat out this 6 of B13. He's got to beat him out to see if he can have a chance to win at this. As here we go, 6 to the inside of the 8. Battle for the lead. 6 is easily going to clear. New leader, 6 of B13.
And again, the 6 looks like he's just going to cruise now. The 88 going to head on pit road here in a minute. And see how this all cycles. But I tell you what, now it looks like the 6 is going to probably cruise home with this one, Alex. Assuming he doesn't make a mistake. He doesn't get caught up in lap traffic, which we have seen happen today. 22 also, he's had an eventful day. And he also, I just remembered, battling for the lead early in this race, got caught up in the lap traffic when him and the 24 were battling. So he's had a very eventful day, but we've seen lap traffic come into play. I kind of expect it to maybe be a small factor before this is over. We still got a little ways to go. We'll see if they can catch up to them or not, but that would really be the only way I see the 6 car losing this at this point. He's done a flawless job all day. Only made one mistake, and that was a speeding penalty. He patiently overcame that, picked up stage 2, and has been dominant really ever since then. Yeah, he's had some contenders, but it's been mostly the 6 showing the way for the latter half of this race, and I expect it to continue and probably end out that way.
6 and 8 are coming down. 6 or 8 are coming down this time.
Well, hold on a minute. Didn't expect them to make a second stop here. I'm wondering now, is anybody going to be able to save the fuel? Again, I brought it up earlier, the way the strategy is going to work out. Does anybody have the ability to try to save it? We saw the 41 do it in stage 1 and was able to save that, so we'll see.
Yeah, interesting strategy here. We're hearing it's half a lap. That's all they gotta save.
Man, close pit road even more
is
busy.
Geeking out. Oh,
24 again with a tough break.
What did he do?
He ended up looping it into the pits. And I tell you what, man.
So he sped, or did he just lose?
He spun around.
Oh, he spun. Okay, none unusual. Okay, nothing unusual.
Oof! Ouch! Oh, he did both actually.
And
Alex.
a speeding penalty.
He did both. He got a 2-for-1 deal, but not.
Oh my God!
Not the type of 2-for-1 deal you want. Not exactly the sale that he wanted.
The Falcons have choked 28-3 in the third quarter. Shit.
But now, if you look at this, the 24 gonna fall out of contention for this, and again, that dispels even better news for the 6. Now, the one question again: can anybody save that fuel? That would really be the one way the 6 loses this. If not, it looks to be the 6 cars all the way home.
Well, yeah, pretty good here for everyone else but the 24. 24 has kind of fallen apart here in the last couple of stages. Ever since the 2-tire strategy he tried to make work, but currently it didn't. Also updates on the 22. It looks like he's DNF'd out of the race, so it's officially the peanut butter has somehow gone moldy. The peanut butter has gone moldy. It's lost its smoothness. He is out of the race.
Tough break for the 22 again. Somebody who's been so strong today, and now whatever the cause may be there has blowing an engine, and we'll end this one in the garage and in the pits.
Hold on, I'm looking up some. Goes bed.
Alright, there we go. Got my car I was looking for. So now,
Oh, so peanut butter takes a year to go rancid and lose its flavor.
okay then. Interesting stat.
Variant. Don't worry. The last time I had an interesting stat, we figured out a steakhouse in Las Vegas. But who's the current leader? 88 with 11 to go, 10 to go at the line. This is going to be interesting here. The 88 just to my fist. Does he have enough to make it? I hope he does. Because the king, a mile and a half, would be back on top. But here comes the 6. 6 is right behind the 88. This should be fun.
Indeed, the 88, and I would assume the 6 is a lap down at the moment. That's my guess. I'm assuming the 88 trying to save this 6. My thinking is he's a lap down at the moment. We'll see. So, can the 88 do this? If I'm wrong and the 6 is still on the lead lap, then yeah, I don't. The 88's gonna have to really try something here. But if the 6 is a lap down, this would give him his lap back. If I'm the 88, I wouldn't race him too terribly hard. And then I'd tell you what, man, the 88 looks pretty solid from here if he can save it.
Yeah, it's interesting, but the 6 is now in the lead, so 6 car to the lead here, as he is now up front. Pretty interesting move here by the 88. I don't know if he's going to be able to save enough. That's going to be the big question here.
Well,
But right now, should help.
So now the hard part for the 88 is it doesn't look like he's going to be able to do this and win the race. It looks like at best he may come away with a second or third place finish.
Oh,
Well,
mowing
this
the
could change
grass
things.
for Collins Lawn Service. Collins Lawn Service, mowing the grass in any NASCAR Heat 5 race you need. Grass mode. Collins Lawn Care Service will be there. Collins Lawn Service finally back after one or two seasons being empty. So, yeah. But back up front though, 6 car up front, and I think if he can just hold it, no cautions, I think the 6 has got it. He's ran a great race, and he can go back to back today here at Texas, as I am very lost because my computer just shut off and my phone just shut off.
Uh-oh. Well, and I want to finish what I was saying about the 88. You know, obviously the way this is shaping up for him right now, he won't be able to win the race like this. At best, if he's able to save the fuel, he might come away with a second, third, fourth place finish somewhere in that area. He will probably still be able to come away with a top 5, probably top 3. If he's not able to save the fuel though, and he has to come down pit road, it's going to be a huge punch, a huge gut punch to him in the points. Huge. It's going to be a loss of quite a bit, a lot of positions, if he has to make that pit stop. But at the moment, he's still committed to it, which at this point into it, you kind of have to stay committed and just hope everything works out for you. But either way, I like the 88's effort here. Definitely, really good strategy to try to beat the 6. Again, it looks like, especially in the latter half of this race, the 6 has been the guy to beat, the car to beat. And he, again, looks like he's going to finish off this one without much of a contest by anyone else.
Yeah, it's currently the 6 car. He ran a great race. All race long, is just outran the competition after his strategy that he pulled in stage 2. 24, we haven't seen him since. All the struggles that the 24 has had. And now, with how many to go? 2 to go at the line. As we got to get back to the 6. I think I had, there we go. Through 3 and 4, coming to 2 remaining. 2 more laps, and he gets his second win of the season and goes back to back, starting another championship run. 43's up top. He's going to get out of the way. Here we go. Through 3 and 4. We're going to be coming to the white flag. Here we go. Through the trial of a white flag. One more time around here at Texas. The 6 of B13. Couple seasons ago when he won the championship, he told us he wasn't good at mile-and-a-halfs and ovals. He was only good at the road courses. But then last season came, and the championship race, a couple seasons ago when he won the championship, he won Vegas and won the championship. Out of turn number 4, he's going to win at Texas. B13 is going to secure the win. Okay, yeah, the race is over. That confused me how the AI went to the high side. But, well, it is a little on the high side. Hey! Hey! Okay. But B13 is going to get the win. Second win of the season here at Texas.
And again, in pretty dominant fashion. I won't say it was an all-out domination, because he definitely had his contesters, especially earlier on, the early, I would say, 2/3 of this race. But really, after, I would say, the last pit stop in stage 2, from there on, the 6 had a pretty heavy hand over this race. And again, especially stage 3, I mean, it was pretty much the 6 owned the racetrack. He had a huge gap. Obviously, we saw some mistakes by the 88 and the 24 and some other guys that probably played into that a little bit. But you know what? The 6 also had to overcome his mistakes. Speeding penalty earlier in stage 1, first round of pit stops. He overcame that without too much issue. Kind of hurt him in stage 1, but he would come back, pull again some very interesting strategy in stage 2, and would come up with that stage win, and ultimately would finish off the job in dominant fashion in stage 3 and pick up the win, going back to back, winning earlier this week at Phoenix and now at Texas.
Okay, so we're going to get update on your top 3. I know first and second were B13 and Hunter Boy. Who finished third?
With the 4?
Knock, knock. Colin, are you there? Knock, knock. Colin, you there? Colin?
Marcel finished 3rd.
Marcel finished 3rd, so we're going to go over to your 3rd place finisher here. Caleb Marcel. Hey, Marcel, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Wow, what a run for you. We don't really see top 3s out of you no more, but good run today, top 3. Tell us, what went through the race to get you that top 3?
I kind of split the stage up, and once I hit like 60 laps to go, well, the stage was 60 laps, I split it up 15, 15, 15, 15, so that I had a little less fuel in the tank, and it just worked out for me.
Yeah, good run, P3. Tell us, how did this race unfold for you? Because there was really a lot of cautions there in that final stage, and a lot of cars really messing up out of 4. What was the key in this race?
Kind of survive off of 4. The caution coming out, when it didn't mess up my strategy that much. It just bunched the field back up, which actually helped my strategy in the long run. So, just kind of survive off of 4 and hope for the best.
Yeah, anything you want to shout out?
Team Dirty, and thank you, Air, for doing this. You do a great job.
Thank you. Is Harvick's over with second place finisher Hunter Boy.
Yes, sir, Hunter Boy. You had a pretty eventful race, man. You got a copy?
Hard, man. I'm having a hard time here, and you give me a minute.
Oh.
Nope. Hello?
There it goes. All right. Man, you had a pretty eventful race, though. Overall, I mean, I don't know. We kind of gave you the moniker earlier in the race of the guy that did Eddie Gossage's lawn care for the front straight. We saw you through the grass a few times, but kind of got things gathered up, and you were pretty quiet the first two stages. But later in the race, you really seemed to kind of shape your strategy up well. All of a sudden, you were showing up. Obviously, some other guys had mistakes. You were showing up inside the top three, top two, even in contention for the lead for a little while there. Walk us through your race and particularly through stage three and your choice of strategy there.
Yeah, well, it's only fitting that you call me the lawn service guy, because I used to landscape, so we kind of go hand in hand, but I was just blowing some stripes, But aside of that, I got taken out early of the 14, so a lot of the race was just trying to dodge the 14 and keep it clean. But, I found myself a few laps down there because of that contact, and fortunately got the laps back, and in stage 3, I just knew I needed to pace myself. I knew what I could run with, and I don't know. Just figured out the pitch strategy is what it comes down to. I pitched short there, kind of like Caleb was talking about. And I just put the 4 tires on and tried to send it, but that 6-car, man, I thought he's got some freaking turbos on that thing. I can go through the tech line after this interview.
I guess you would probably be, even though jokingly we say that, but I guess you'd be pretty happy about that, wouldn't you? Considering you got second place. But all in all, the other thing then, you mentioned you fell a lap or two down earlier in the race. I mean, walk me through. Obviously, we had some cautions. It went fairly green. Had the caution early in the race, and then after that, we went green. Other than the stage cautions, all the way up until early stage 3, and that's kind of when incidents started happening again. But I mean, walk me through the process of you trying to get those laps back throughout the race and kind of what that was like.
Well, my crew chief, he's still a bit green in the industry, so it takes a bit for him to figure out what the car's doing and how to adjust to it. So we figured out we were pretty loose early on. We were really wearing that right rear out, and eventually just figured out, we got to tighten this sucker up. So we got her tightened up and got the right sides evened out for the long runs, and that's kind of like how that all happened,
Indeed, man, and I gotta ask before I let you go, do you have any thank yous, shout outs, anything of that sort for a second place finish tonight here in the great state of Texas?
And I just gotta say thank you to Caterpillar. Shout out to Steve Marcel for some really tight racing there. That was pretty fun. And thank you to you guys for what you do up in the booth. You really hold it down for us. Thank you.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations on a second place finish. Hopefully we get to see some more of that for you in the coming weeks and throughout the rest of the season. Congratulations.
W's only.
Yeah.
W's.
Oh, all right. Raising the bar. I like that. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Alex, you have our winner.
Yeah, I'm here with our winner once again, swept this week here. B13, do you got a copy?
I got you loud and clear.
What a win, going back to back with a win at Texas and a win at Phoenix. Well, your win here at Texas, tell us, what was the key all race long for you? All race long.
Well, there in that first stage, I got a black flag on my first pit, and that really kind of threw a loop into things. But other than that, I had my strategy figured out for pretty much the whole race. I knew that the stages would be fairly even, and I had an idea of what I wanted to do, and I pretty well stuck to it. I was opting for 2 tires on the last pit stop in that first and second stage, but after the first stage, I saw how everyone was blowing my doors off there at the end, so I decided to stick with 4 tire stops only and just kind of put the nose down and try to make up as many spots as possible and just stay strong, stay clean.
Yeah, your that strategy, do you think the strategy that the 24 took in stage 2 actually helped you pick up this win today?
Well, I do know that he took 2 tires there in stage 2, and like I said, I opted to take 4. And when I saw him come out in front of me, I was a little worried because I didn't know whether he had taken 2 or 4 at that point, but found out quickly enough. And I guess, yeah, you could say that contributed, but I think I just had a good car, good setup. Crew chief nailed it. Pretty easy to hold it down here tonight.
Yeah, anything you want to shout out?
Shout out to you guys. I know you guys are doing great broadcasts. You and K Harvick fan, we appreciate that, and try to keep getting this Oscar Mayer Wienermobile into victory lane as best we can.
And there we go. Well, that's gonna end it here. Harvick, wrap up your thoughts here on this race.
I mean, first of all, I got to say congrats to our top 3 again. These guys put on a great show, and a little bit kind of quiet. Other than the 6, the other 2 guys there, Hunter Boy and of course Marcel in the 4, they're rounding out 2nd and 3rd place. Pretty quiet most of the race. I saw Marcel early on, but then he kind of slipped back. And 8 kind of actually had his struggles early and rebounded well. Obviously, we had some unexpected events later on, but good job by those guys being quiet all race, coming home with really solid finishes, though. As far as the rest of the race, though, man, I tell you what, again, I've always said this is not one of my favorite tracks. This is, I would say, and this will be a controversial statement, I would say, though, as far as the mile-and-a-half racetracks, Texas and Chicago are kind of tied for my least favorites. I know the Chicagoland statement will be a controversial one. I don't really have a reason. I've never liked the track, but those are kind of tied for my least favorites. But I'll tell you what, man. For as the way this racetrack drives, especially in this game, and the way passing is, these guys did a heck of a job, put on a great show, and I can't say I'm surprised that they did this. Again, I talked about it earlier, the Kansas race I saw last season, where that's usually a 1-lane racetrack. These guys were using all 3 lanes there last season, something you don't get to see very often at Kansas in this game. These guys put on a great show again tonight. Obviously, towards the end there with the green flag racing, we had it got a little bit spread out. Things spread out. Wasn't as much battling, but tell you what, man, especially late in this race, we saw a lot of really fast guys, really, really good cars, and to be honest, full-on race-winning contenders, guys that we thought had a really good shot at the win, like the 24, like the 88, like the 22, fall into some mistakes, whether it be their own errors or something they got caught up in. Those are the types of things that make racing, even virtual, fun to watch because it's unpredictable. It doesn't matter how fast you are. You have to have. I talked about those 3 things you got to have earlier: speed, smarts, and luck. 2 of those things you can control, and the one thing you can't is luck. And sometimes you get dealt a bad hand, and it looked like for some of those guys, despite the speed and smarts they had, the luck didn't quite fall their way tonight. But it made for some interesting moments throughout the race. And again, the side-by-side racing we had, the passing was a little bit more frequent than I would have expected. And a lot of patience by these guys. Really good race. Only 3 cautions throughout. I don't even remember how many laps this race was. It was a longer race, 250-mile race. So only 3 cautions throughout that entire time. Really good race. These guys are clean. They do a great job, and they put on a show every week. It was great to see, great to watch. I had fun.
Well, it was a fun race indeed, but that's where we're going to have to wrap it up. We'll see you guys Tuesday for what racetrack?
Talladega.
Talladega. Ooh.
Boy.
Talladega. Let's go.
Oh, boy,
Okay, well,
wow.
Talladega, we'll see you
Fun fact, Alex.
Thursday.
We
What?
get to see a lot of Talladega next week, apparently too. Apparently, the game or life is just like, well, okay, we're gonna do this with Texas and Talladega, because again, the other league we participate in is also at Talladega next weekend, so get to see plenty of it.
Are we sure Red Hot and High Side are not working together secretly?
I'm positive. I don't know how this is happening.
You sure?
I'm positive. Well, actually, Red Hot's out there this weekend, but. It's funny though.
Give me, like,
Either
1
way,
second
Talladega will
here.
be
I'm
fun.
suspicious. I'm suspicious. Okay, well, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys Tuesday for Talladega. I'm Just Cause. That was K Harvick fan. We'll see you Tuesday.